Hey everyone, and welcome to What Did I Miss? Where today I thought I would take a look at another Star Trek rumor, which if you do follow this channel, you know that this is something I like to do. Usually what I do is examine the rumor, the source, as well as the plausibility of the information in a segment I call Data or Lore, which of course references the two characters played by Brent Spiner on Star Trek The Next Generation and Picard, as well as the movies. But as always, let me know in the comments what you think about it. If this is your first time here, my name is Eric, and if you want weekly sci-fi videos, please hit that subscribe button and the bell so YouTube will let you know as soon as my new videos come out. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, which helps a small channel like this get our videos out to more people. This edition of Data or Lore centers around a rumor released by scooper Daniel Rickman, who I have referenced on this channel before. There are a lot of supposed scoopers out there online, but this one is one of the few that have a very good track record in regard to the information released. Just recently, he was correct about not only the day that a new trailer would be released for a Venom sequel, but also the new trailer that Marvel released a week before that. He simply states that Paramount is looking for a female-led Star Trek movie. Now, he doesn't give away any other details connected to this, so we do not know if this is the movie that was already announced or a future movie after it. Star Trek has had as many as 5 different movie projects in some state of production since Star Trek Beyond was released, so this rumor could be tied to any one of them as well. While there isn't a lot to go on, if we examine the current climate of the new Star Trek productions, you can see that this may in fact be a movie that comes to fruition. It has been made obvious by the current producers of Star Trek and their parent company Paramount that inclusion and representation are very important to them. Star Trek Discovery, the current flagship series of the franchise, famously does not have a white male character on the bridge, and the ship's captain Michael Burnham is played by Sonequa Martin Green. While Picard of course does have a white male lead, the plot of the first season had a lot to do with displaced Romulans, which could be an allegory to the immigration crisis that many countries face. Star Trek Lower Decks follows Ensign Beckett Mariner as the lead of that show, and the newest animated series in the Trek universe, Star Trek Prodigy, will feature the return of Captain Catherine Janeway, albeit in hologram form. And even Strange New Worlds, that does feature a white male captain, has a female first officer played by Rebecca Romijn, and the newly announced cast is filled with actors from various backgrounds. So it is obvious that Star Trek is using every opportunity they can to represent a diverse sample of the population, and creating the first Star Trek movie with a female lead would seem to be the next logical step. The one movie that we know is happening is the one being written by Star Trek Discovery writer Kalinda Vasquez. The fact that she worked on Discovery and was involved in storylines that included Michael Burnham, as well as Philippa Georgiou, played by Michelle Yeoh, as the main characters definitely show that Miss Vasquez is well versed in writing stories with a female lead. Besides a release date for the film, and that Miss Vasquez is writing it, the only other information that is known is that it is being produced by J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Studios. Some have jumped to the conclusion that this means that this movie will be a sequel to the Kelvin universe timeline that began in the 2009 Star Trek reboot that he also directed. But I do not think that this is the case necessarily, and with the history of new scripts that have been rumored to be produced in the past 5 years or so, I honestly would be surprised if this movie was not a brand new idea. Alex Kurtzman has said that this movie will be connected to the series on Paramount+, and while Discovery did reference the Kelvin timeline during Season 3, I still believe that this movie will be a new idea. If the movie is the first Star Trek movie to not be led by the crew of the Enterprise, it would be a good chance to also break the mold and have the ship be led by a woman. Captain Catherine Janeway stands as a shining example of what a great captain can be, whether they be male or female, and I would love to see that once again with a new cast and crew on screen. I can understand why people may be weary of this news if they think that the main focus is to first hire a female lead and then create a story, because usually stories that have requirements like that do not always end up that great due to the mixed expectations of the project. But if this is the movie that Kalinda Vasquez is writing, she has already shown that she can write a great story, so I'd be excited to see what she's able to create. I can also see the studio expecting some backlash from fans who believe the move is just to appease a more liberal-minded fan base. But honestly, Star Trek has routinely put themselves in hot water for making statements about inclusion and representation within their universe. So having a movie with a female lead is not off-brand, and at this point, I don't even think the franchise is even really making a statement by doing it. There have been 13 movies now in this franchise, so at this point it is kind of weird that there's not been a movie with a female lead yet. So in my opinion on if this rumor is data or lore, I'm going to have to lean towards data on this one. Not only because the rumor does sound plausible, but also because I trust the source of the information. Some would say that just a one-line sentence is not much of a rumor to go on, but I have found that less could be more when it comes to rumors. Sometimes I see these long, drawn-out leaks that sounds like a fan just piecing together things they may have heard and adding some fan fiction. But I would not be surprised if Star Trek announced a female lead in their upcoming movie, and while there may be some initial buzz about the move, if the movie and story are good, then no one will mention it after. I hope that you thought this video was good, and if you did, please let me know by simply hitting that like button. Also, this is always more fun when I hear from you, so let me know in the comments if you think this rumor is data or lore. If you really want to support the channel, you can also pick yourself up one of these Data or Lore t-shirts, and I have another YouTube channel as well to check out named WDIM+, where I release weekly videos about other movies and series that are not science fiction. Thank you for clicking on this video, and I will see you next time on What Did I Miss?